because not only were we made to refund the fees that were earned as part of the contract, it may interest you to know that since October, when we returned the fees we had earned, we had stopped charging. So it means for one whole year.
And your service is still being used.
For one whole year, DJ, it means this indigenous company has worked for this country for nothing. We've got a staff strength about 200 with service technology. There are people out there in the financial ecosystem that are part of this. All the banks are part of this. Everybody is doing everything to make sure the government is not embarrassed, that we can be in charge of our cash assets, and we are the only ones who are left to bear the brunt of this.
Let me get this straight. Is Remita still being used as we speak?
Very much so. Over 900 MDAs are connected to this.
So it's not as if it has been suspended after the Senate decided to investigate this.
This has not been suspended. We continue to support it 24/7. We continue to do everything to make sure, because to us, this is about, it's some patriotic thing. It may hurt us in the short term, and that's why we don't believe it's just a battle for system specs. In itself, the investigation might have, roughened us up a bit, but we've risen up to that to say it just may well be a good time in the history of our nation that technology is coming up to the forefront to be discussed at a level like this. That can technology represent the future for this country? Can we begin to earn decent money as Nigerians by investing in technology and knowledge capital? Can we really look ourselves in the face and say there's some point at which Nigerians should be empowered? Can we look ourselves in the face and say it's not a crime to earn money without stealing, but based on, you don't want to imagine how much we lose to foreign software every year. You don't want to imagine. This comes in nowhere close to what we're making. And yeah, we may be at the forefront, being the flagship of the Nigerian software industry, but it's something that we think has been imposed on us at this time, and we would be ready to continue to engage, to continue to stand for industry. We've had a fair share of goodwill, by the way, by those who know us, who know what we stand for. And it's amazing. People have been asking us in the first instance, why did you return the money? At that point, it was more of, do you want to take a legal position that can jeopardize national interest? It's a difficult sell because it's not an everyday thing. You want to insist on your rights, and you're going to ask yourself, so what will have come out of it? You would probably have won an academic battle, but Nigeria might have lost something. And so we've stuck with it, and to say, in as much as it depends on us, TSA will not be subverted on account of what we have control over. So it may be tough, but we're very much committed to it. We're working with different stakeholders to be sure that this can be brought to some firm closure. And we're quite honestly hopeful that this will happen.
Well, let's just hope this is resolved and resolved very quickly. But quite surprising that, you continue to render this service, well, I don't know whether to use the words now, for free. But, we just wait and see how it all unfolds.
We hope it won't be a long wait. It's beginning to tell, like I said, it's been a whole year. It's been a whole year. And there have been different options, different suggestions. People have suggested different things. But we just remain focused to say the potentials herein for our country are quite enormous. Quite enormous. It will amaze you to know how easily people can now pay government, how easily MDs can now track payments, how easily on a single dashboard the treasurer of the Federation, the accountant general, and the custodians of the funds at the CBN can know the net cash value of this country at any point in time, 24/7. How funds go in, how funds go out, where it's going, for what purpose, on a single platform. And how people can make payments at any bank branch, how they don't need to be stranded over the weekend. They can pay with their cards, they can pay via website of different MDAs, even university students. And it's just so amazing. The ecosystem that's built around this, the potentials for financial inclusion. How I wish that the impact of TSA on this economy can be investigated from another perspective, rather than just this mono perspective that's been somewhat alarmist, in itself been distractive, because we now need to begin to appear at fora like this. We've always been ultra conservative. 24 years down the line, we don't even have a signboard, and yet we're Nigeria's largest software firm. Many people don't know that the first ever World Bank bid for software in this country was won by an indigenous company, this same SystemSpecs. These are not things you will hear out there. So it's painful on one hand that this is how you're being introduced to the public, And so we're taking upon ourselves to say there are many more things to say about this company, about indigenous software companies. There are many companies in Nigeria making fantastic software that can go places, that can cause this country to be recognized as one leading the renaissance in knowledge capital in Africa. We need to begin to say more of that.